Hey, y'all. It's Charisma with Traveling with Charisma and Cam, where I teach women just like you how to travel with the kids on a budget and have fun while doing it. So, today, y'all, for those who follow me, I've been in the Dominican Republic for months, me and my son traveling. And today, I want to give you my 5 reasons why I love the Dominican Republic, and then y'all, the 5 reasons why I hate Dominican Republic. I got a love-hate relationship with it. And then in the end, I'm going to tell you if I'm going to return to the DR. So, okay, I have my notes here so I don't forget. Y'all, I don't know if your memory is like mine, but I'll be forgetting stuff sometimes. So, the first thing, the reason why I love the Dominican Republic, I'm going to start with those. First reason, the food. The food is absolutely delicious. The Dominicans really know how to cook up some stuff. I don't care if it's chicken, beef, vegetables, some pasta. Y'all, I had a nanny. Girl, she would be in there throwing down. She was amazing. She cooked everything. Yeah. So, first of all, the food. And the batitas, everything is natural. It's no, the sugar is the brown cane sugar. The batitas, which are milkshakes, the natural juices, jugo de naturales, all of it delicious, hands down. The drinks, amazing. If you haven't checked out that food and drink video, check that out. Second thing that I loved about the Dominican Republic, and this will be Punta Cana in particular, were the all inclusives. So you have to be very careful about the all inclusives because they're not all created equally. But I did the what was it? The Fantasia, Bahia Principe Fantasia. It was hands down amazing. The food was good, the drinks were good, the entertainment was good, the kids club was good, the spa was good. If you haven't seen my video, I have a video on that too, y'all. Check that out. I'll put the link below. Um, Now, all of the all inclusives are not the same. There are about 4 or 5 on the Bahia Principe property. However, this is the third one up. Like the fourth one is the most expensive. This was the third one. So for me, it gave me, the luxury that I was looking for, but not the bouginess of the one that was next door, which I believe was the Esmeralda, which I could feel a little I don't want to say prejudiceness, but when we went over there, because you still could go over there to see the shows, I just didn't feel welcome. And let me just say that I didn't feel welcome. But in the Principe, I definitely felt welcome there. I did not go to the two that are pretty much considered under those. One may be budget, one may be budget friendly. I didn't go to those two, so I can only account for the Bahia Principe Fantasia Resort. And like I said, I'll post that link below. The next thing is that our money goes so far in the Dominican Republic. It's cheap. I mean, nothing, there's no other way to explain it other than it being cheap and affordable. 100 pesos is $2 basically in American money. 100 pesos can get you a drink, not an alcoholic beverage, but jugo. You can get a juice, a natural juice, for less than 100 pesos. Y'all, I don't know if you caught my other video. I done showed y'all everything there is about the DR. So if you missing something, you got questions, and you haven't checked out this DR playlist, then you're gonna have to do that because I've showed you everything. So I don't know if you all checked out that video where I got my hair done. I got a Dominican blowout. And no, they didn't burn out my hair. Now, she cut too much of my hair. I didn't want no damn bangs, and I ended up with bangs. Um, don't let them, because I just wanted a trim, y'all. I don't know why I did that. But she did my blowout. I got a manicure and a pedicure for about $50. All of that. Yeah. So it's cheap. Like, the housing prices are about $300 to $500 a month if you want to live locally. The apartment that I was in, if you just wanted to rent that out, we were right there on the beach in Barbados. We had a pool, we had a security guard. It was completely fenced in. That ran about $700 to $800 a month. So I mean, you can't get any better than that. But there is a negative side to that, which I will discuss in the 5 things that I actually hate about the Dominican Republic. The next thing was the transportation was easy. Most of the places that I stayed, there was a bus that came, right there on the main road. When I stayed in Punta Cana, literally we would walk out of the property that I just told you about. That was about $700 a month. And literally right outside the gate, you could catch the bus. The bus was like 50 cents each way, and that was to go from one end of Punta Cana to the other end. If you wanted to go through the other cities, you may pay $1 or $2, but it was still very much inexpensive. Um, and I did the bus when I was in Boca Chica. I could take the bus from Boca Chica to Santo Domingo for less than $5 one way. So, and that's about a 45-minute ride. So you can literally take the bus out there, no problem at all. I would pull up my GPS, put my address on the GPS, get out, and then I would just take a Uber, because otherwise I may have paid $40-$50 for an Uber to get, to my destination. But we just took the bus, we got to Santo Domingo, and if we were too far to walk, we just take an Uber. That may be another $5. So that's what we would do a lot of the time. Y'all, I told y'all on a budget. I'm cheap. So, so I would say it was so inexpensive. You could even take the bus from Santo Domingo to Punta Cana or vice versa. Very nice bus. It had TV in there. It had air conditioning. To tell you, it puts you in the mind of a coach bus. You know how you get on the coach bus and it has the very nice material and everybody sits in their seat and they got the little air and all of that. So we did that. There's a video about that too. I told y'all, if you have any questions about the DR, you have answers, because there's I may have about 25-50 videos on the DR. So if you want to take that bus, there's definitely a video for that as well. But it was very easy to take the bus. You go to the bus stop, you buy the ticket, and you're gone. They have a set schedule, so you know where to go. They just made it very simple to get around the Dominican Republic. And that wasn't just Santo Domingo to Punta Cana. You could take that bus to Romana. You could take it to Puerto Plata, Sosua. You could take it maybe to the other side of the DR. So, that same bus that went from Santo Domingo went through Boca Chica to Punta Cana. So yeah, there was the bus wasn't hard. It was cheap and it was nice. That's all I have to say about the bus. So the fifth reason that I love it is, if you are going back to the United States pretty often, it is a pretty cheap flight back and forth. Now, once summertime, June, July hit, is not as cheap, but nothing is. Everything goes up in price. But for the most part, you can get a round trip flight for like $200 and something. And that's going into Santo Domingo, that's going into Punta Cana. Now, if you want to go into Puerto Plata, the best bet is to fly into Santo Domingo and take the bus up to Puerto Plata, or you can do like I did when I first got here and I didn't know about the bus. I actually took a taxi up there, and that was about $200 and something. Mistake. Like, y'all, if you got it, you got it, and you just want to, do things the easy way, you can do a private taxi. I hired a private van, but you can always just pay $5 to $10 per person and go up there as well. So that's the thing to consider. But those flights are inexpensive. You have Delta, you have Southwest, you have it's not Air Trans anymore, it's Frontier, you have Spirit. I would say those are the top airlines that fly here. And I mean, y'all, I don't really love to do budget airlines, but when I tell y'all, those tickets were so expensive getting back to the U.S. from the DR during the summer. I just went ahead and did Frontier, and I didn't have any problems. My flight wasn't late, it wasn't delayed. Now, though, with those baggage prices, honey, I might as well have gotten on Delta, because oh Lord, they charge you for everything, and then the bags have to be under 40 pounds now. So yeah, keep that in mind when you're pricing out your tickets. But regardless, it's inexpensive. So if you want to go back and forth, it's easy. The fifth reason why I say I love the DR is the overstay visa. There is no other place that I am aware of that you can go to the country, you can stay there, and nobody cares. Nobody's trying to kick you out. Nobody's saying that you stayed too long. Nobody, they don't even care. They just don't care. So, y'all, the overstay visa in the Dominican Republic, let me explain to you how this works. This is as a U.S. citizen. It may be for everyone, but I'm a U.S. citizen, so I'm just going to tell you from my perspective. So you get 30 days that you can stay in the DR for no fee. At day 31, they begin charging you. And I'm going to post a fee schedule here. So day 31, they begin charging you. I believe they charge you again. There's another increased fee at day 90, an increased fee at maybe 6 months. And then it goes all the way up to 10 years, as you can see. So basically what that tells me is you don't even care that I stay here. As long as I pay you when I leave, you good. Like there's no issues with your visa. There's no issue. There's no problems. Y'all, I actually tried to go because you pay your overstay at the airport, right? So I actually tried to go and pay to stay longer, to stay for an additional 3 months before my overstay came up. So while I was within my 30 days, I tried to go and pay for an additional 3 months. Those people looked at me like I was crazy. They said, no, you can't do that. You have to wait until you're leaving. I said, well, after that, isn't that considered illegal? They were like, no, you just wait until you're leaving. When you're leaving, you pay. You can't even get there because you have to go through security to pay your overstay visa. So you have to have a ticket to go in to pay it and be ready to go. So y'all, the DR, if you want to stay and live in paradise forever, they don't care. Like, you got money, you good. So those are the 5 reasons. Y'all know. Yeah. Those are the 5 reasons I love the DR. Now the 5 reasons I hate the DR. Yeah, it's a love-hate relationship, right? Because I stayed for 6 months. I had to like something, but it is what it is. So, the first reason I hate the DR. This is a very minute reason. The driving is horrendous. Not like the States horrendous. Y'all think the driving in the States is horrendous. It's really not. People just have no common courtesy. And the DR, and this is not specific to the DR. This is Panama. Y'all, it was even worse in Colombia. I wouldn't even drive in Colombia. But it can be horrific. Like when you have countries where you have the motorbikes and you have the cars and you have the trucks and you have bad infrastructure, always know that's a recipe for disaster. It doesn't matter where you are. That is a recipe for disaster. Now, in the DR, I did drive. I did rent cars. Every time I did, I had anxiety, y'all. Like, I had to take a whole, I had to woosah. I had to breathe. It was a whole thing. So, I don't like driving in DR. Number 2, harassment. So, and people have mixed feelings about this when I say this, right? Because you are always being harassed to buy something in the DR. And people have mixed feelings because they're like, oh, when you go to Mexico, they ask you to buy stuff. When you go to Cartagena, they ask you to buy stuff. When you go to Egypt, they, ask you to buy stuff. No. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about vendors asking you to buy something. I'm not talking about the vendor. You want this? You want that? Here, have this. Have that. This is for you. That's for you. That is normal. That is typical in any touristic area, right? What I'm talking about is you are laying on the beach and they say, do you want a massage? You say, no, gracias, no, thank you. They say, do you want a massage? You say, no, gracias, no, thank you. And then they start to massage your feet anyway. And you literally have to tuck your feet under you to stop them from massaging your feet. I'm talking about when you're laying in a beach lounge chair and you just laying there and somebody starts to draw a henna tattoo on you. You ain't asked for no henna tattoo. You ain't even know he was over here. But he just starts drawing it on you and then charges you the price that you want, that he wants. When you trying to go to the grocery store and you're being harassed to buy items, when you're just doing regular daily things and people are harassing you to buy things, when you go and order a drink and you are asked 6 times to buy something, to the no gracias, no gracias, no, I don't want it, I don't want it, no gracias, can you get away from me, can you go, bye. Like that, that was an everyday occurrence in the DR. It was bad. I would say it was somewhat bad in Puerto Plata. And when I refer to Puerto Plata, I'm talking about Sosua, Cabarete. It was kind of bad there. It was horrendous in Boca Chica. It was the worst sales harassment tactics I had ever seen. Mind you, I stayed in Boca Chica for a couple of months, right? So they got to know me and they still would harass me every day. And not only do they harass you, they rip you off. Not like, oh, $5 or $10. They rip you off hundreds of dollars. You go and you sign up for a dolphin tour in Punta Cana that's supposed to be $100, and they tell you pictures are $300, and you come to find out later after you bought them, because some people do buy them, that the other guy paid $75 for their pictures. You like, it's a whole new level of being ripped off. You go and you buy an excursion, you pay $100 for the excursion, and find out the same person on another person on the boat paid $45. Same number of people, same excursion, same number of drinks, same amount of food. That is the Dominican way. So when I say harassment and being ripped off, y'all, I really could have put being ripped off another one, but I just, left it as it is. The next one, colorism. So if you heard about the colorism in the DR, they right, they not lying. So for me, I feel like I'm kind of that in between. I got a little bit of a tan. So I'm kind of that in between at this point, right? So I'm not dark. I wouldn't say I'm dark skinned. I wouldn't say I'm light skinned. I never actually said I was one or the other. I'm just there. However, dark skinned people are automatically assumed that they are Haitian in the DR. Well, for those of you that don't know the geography, like I didn't before I got here, there's this one island. The right side is the Dominican Republic. The left side is Haiti. Did y'all know that? I didn't know that. I don't know why I just thought Haiti was this dot somewhere in the ocean. Like, I had no idea. Well, they literally divided it down the middle. They've always had some issues there. The Dominicans hate the Haitians. The Haitians have always felt slighted by the Dominicans. And it's really because the right side of the island, Dominicans, are pretty much light skinned. The left side of the island, Haitians, are pretty much dark skinned. And there's some underlying issues. I mean, it's kind of like when we talk about slavery in the U.S. Everybody has their problems, right? So in the Dominican, when you walk in that door, when you walk anywhere on that beach, they look at you first to decide what you are. And they treat you accordingly. Haitian, Dominican, other. And as Americans, we're other. Europeans are other. Canadians are other. Other with dollar signs, we get treated very nicely. However, if you're a other of darker skin and they mistake you for a Haitian, you're gonna know it, because they treat Haitians very badly. They treat them like scum, basically. They treat them like scum. They don't. I When they come over to the country to work, they don't get paid, and that's another number. So I'm gonna leave that part alone. So basically, so I'm walking through the street, me and my son, and for those of you may not know, I guess my son is a little bit lighter than me, honey. He's tan too, so I don't know. I don't really do the whole light skin, dark skin. So someone comes to me, and before I open my mouth, they say, American, Haitian. So they're trying to guess what the hell I am, so they know how to approach me. So I just look at them, and I was like, human. Don't do that. Don't come over here trying to sell crap to me and you trying to figure out what nationality I am to decide how you gonna treat me or upsell me. I don't like that kind of stuff. I don't like being mistreated based off of my color. If I wanted that, I could have stayed in the States. Right? Right. So, to watch the way that they mistreat the Dominicans that literally just came from the other side of the island, literally could walk right over here. There's no ocean, there's no river, there's nothing that separates the Dominican and Haiti. Nada. Yeah, I'm good on the colorism. I don't. I don't subscribe to that. I ain't learned about the paper bag test until I was older. Shit, I still don't know what side of the paper bag test I'm on, and hell, I don't even give a damn. So, colorism, it's a no for me. Poverty. Well, the reason why things in the DR are so cheap, and the reason why people rip you off the way that they do, is in the DR, the average salary is about $200 to $300 a month. Haitians may make less than that. Dominicans, that a lot of them make that. Of course, there's some variety there if are an attorney, because there's an attorney on every corner. I don't know what it takes to be an attorney, but there's a lot of attorneys in the Dominican Republic. Or if you're a therapist or something of that nature. But your average person is working in tourism and they're making $200 to $300 a month. They're doing all kinds of stuff. They're running those tours day in and day out. Mind you, you paying $100 per person, at 50 minimum per person for these tours, right? And they get paid $300 to $400 a month. They get paid pennies. So if you think you can get an apartment there for about 250, 300, if they only make, and that's their apartments, that may not, if you want to live like a local, you can, but let's say you may not want to live like a local. So if you pay 250 for your apartment, let's say you pay $5, no, let's say $2 a day for your transportation. Mind you, they work 6 days a week. That 5 day a week, they work 6 days a week, sometimes sun up to sundown. They don't see their families, they don't see their children, they're off 1 day a week. And if they're lucky, typically that's Sunday, because Sunday is like our Saturday. So, when you're gonna hear parties, they're gonna be on Sunday. But you think you're gonna pay $250 for rent, you pay $2 a day round trip to get back and forth to work. So now you up, that's $60 between your rent and getting to work. You done spent $310. You only make $300 to $400 a month. We haven't even gotten the food. So, I understand that a lot of these are third world countries and there's a lot of things that aren't done appropriately. And I'm just one person and I'm not going to change a whole country, right? But there's something about the fact that the majority of your people are kept in poverty even though you're making a lot of money. Like, that's the part that gets me. And please correct me if I'm wrong. Please feel free to educate me in a nice way. But I'm okay with, there's the rich, the middle class, the poor, right? I'm cool with that. Like, that's pretty standard, right? There's people that have a lot of money and then there's people that don't. However, you aren't even allowing your people to live and survive. Like, they can't get paid enough to survive. So that's why they then harass us as they do, because they can barely survive and they see us as being rich. So when you see it from that perspective, it opens up your eyes a bit. Then you're like, okay, I understand. I still don't want to be harassed. I mean, I ain't about to agree to that, but I understand why you do what you do. So, that's why when you get the check and it says lay, which means tip, and then you realize that lay is not, that tip is not given to the staff, and then you give an extra 50 pesos to leave $1 for the staff because you already paid the tip, but the restaurant owner is pocketing the tip. That's why. That's why right there. So, y'all, I had to jump back in here because I forgot my very important fourth reason why I did not like the Dominican Republic: the prostitution. The prostitution, they don't consider themselves prostitutes. They more so consider themselves working girls. They're taught to be that way as children. They are taught to aim towards European and American men because they have money and they will take care of their family. There are women that have their men that come every so often and see them. They send them money for groceries. They send them money for the kids. And then they have those men that, just show up that night. And I have to say, it is easy for us to judge, but when you think about it, these women make $20 to $40 a night. $20 in pesos is about 1,000 pesos. So this is hella money for them. 1,000 pesos a night, $20 or $40 a night, compared to $300 in a month. So again, it's easy for us to judge them. However, this is the lifestyle they've chosen. The issue that I have is the trafficking. You see a lot of these young girls, young dark-skinned girls with these white men, and it's a little sickening to me. I'm sorry. And it's sickening because I know damn well that these same white men in the States would not be caught dead with these women. But because you can come here and you can pay for them, you can get the little 16-year-old girl in pigtails. You can get this black woman that you find to be exotic for $20 or $40. All of a sudden, she's your girlfriend while you're here. You send her $50 a month and you're able to take care of her. So that is my reason for that. Okay, we're going to continue. And, that's enough reasons for me. I wouldn't go back. I mean, if there was a girls' trip and they wanted to go stay at an all inclusive resort, I would do that. I wouldn't go back just for me. I mean, there are great things about DR. However, I feel like I can find those good things somewhere else other than that overstay visa. I don't know if I can find that somewhere else. Everybody else wants you out. Um, but I feel like the bad things outweigh the good things. And for that reason, I would not go back to the DR. So let me know what you think. Have you been to the DR? Have you not been? Are you thinking about going? Do you agree with my 5 reasons on both sides? Do you disagree with them? Are you pissed at me right now? If you pissed at me, I don't really care though. Like, these are my 5 reasons. You can make up your own 5 reasons. But yeah, let me know what you think. Make sure you like the video. You let YouTube know you like it. Let me know you like it, because then I know to do more things like this. And make sure you subscribe and also ring the bell so you get the notifications. I do a live. I do a live about 2 times a month. So, you know, jump on the live. Let me know live what you think. But yeah, I'll see y'all on the next video. Ciao.